Hey everyone, AmberFrmThVault here. Welcome back to the Knife Sisters. We're going to go ahead and jump right back in, but before we do a couple things, first I want to go ahead and say thank you so much to the publisher for giving me a copy of this so I could go ahead and play it for you here on the channel. But secondly, I do want to remind you that there is a little bit of a content warning for this game. First of all, for BDSM, some things that may make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, and some highly sexual themes, as well as some sexual situations. So definitely more of a rated R game. Definitely not something that I would watch with the kiddos. So we're gonna go ahead and jump back in. You've been warned, and I'll see you guys back in just a sec. How could I best do that? Right, I need your help with something. Okay. Thing is, I've promised a friend of mine to get a hold of a little bit of blood. She's using it for some kind of magic. Naomi started laughing. Sounds cool. And, well, the only person I could think of that might be able to help me out with that was you. She laughed again. You're a clever person. I already have the equipment I need. Even better. The weird thing, though, is that this person insists that the blood needs to come from someone innocent. Huh, wow. That might be hard. She seemed to be thinking for a while. I'm all for consent and stuff, and that's a bit hard to get from a child. Otherwise, you maybe could have gotten it from my daughter. She's pretty innocent. I had no idea you had a child. No, not many people know that. It's because she lives with her dad most of the time. She does? Yeah. I love her. I definitely do, but maybe I'm not really the type of person who is meant to be a mother. Having that responsibility 24/7. I definitely understood that. I feel you. I almost shrugged. I never ever want a child. She laughed. It's not that bad. Maybe not, but I just couldn't understand why people had to make such a big deal out of it. Some people want children, others don't. Let's move on, sort of. Good. Let's get back to the reason you're here. If you want me to take some blood from you, then there's no problem. I can do that. Cool. But let's do it another day. I need to mentally prepare. Sure. If you want to, we can make it a play date. That was an option. I didn't know how I felt about that, but I was kind of intrigued by how that might play out. It could be a learning moment, for sure. I guess we could. The innocent part gets a bit lost, of course, but maybe we can pretend that you're a very guiltless and unknowing little bean, and thus load that blood sample with pure innocence. Her eyes glistened. You'd like that, huh? I would. I had to laugh. Let's see if we can meet up on Saturday. Cool. Just bring the equipment then. A little whirlwind tumbled about in my stomach. How would I handle this? Maybe making it into a playdate would help. Either way, it seemed like this next ritual had taken an unexpected turn. I'll head home now, but maybe I'll see you on Saturday then. I hope so. When she was smiling, I could almost see the fangs hidden behind her lips. The fangs hidden behind her lips! Alright, today is the rave party. Let's see. It's going to be outdoors. I hope I don't freeze to death tonight. Okay. I don't even know what season it is, I just realized. But maybe that's not the worst that could happen. Where do emotions come from? Alright, so I guess we're going to the rave. My question, though, is, what season is it? Do we know? Okay. It wasn't completely dark yet when I arrived at the forest. Just at the forest. I like how there's just a forest. The location was outside of the city, and I had taken the bus and then walked for 10 minutes or so. As I got there, I heard the pumping sound of the bass and the glitching treble. I'm just gonna say right now, please don't have raves in the forest. The animals really don't need that. Please leave them alone. Them possums they're just trying to get food. Alright, the grove was decorated and lit up by UV lights. It was like entering a room made from sound and light. People were sitting on blankets in small groups. Others were dancing. I was supposed to meet Ayana and Mo on site, but I didn't see them. I walked around for a bit, looking at some stands. At the first one, a really aloof person tried to sell me some jewelry. At the other one, two cool people tried to sell me some food. I quickly passed them by. Then I headed back to the dance floor. Or ground, I guess. Yay! Now I saw Ayana and Mo dancing in front of the DJ. I approached them. Hi, Leo. We all hugged. Mo held onto my body a little longer. Did you bring warm clothes? I shook my head. I didn't want to carry stuff around. But if I get cold, I'll just dance. Cool. Or I'll make you warm. Ayana looked at the two of us. I wondered what she was thinking. She didn't say much, but she at least looked like her usual self. Then Mo seemed to catch a glimpse of something. They pointed to a small crowd in the distance. That guy over there? The one with the dreadlocks? He lives at your place, right? Yeah, that's Devin. Have you heard the rumors saying that he's been selling some really bad shit? Oh, well, that's something new. I haven't, and I didn't even know he was selling. He's been dealing at a lot of raves I've been to lately. I see. That's crazy. Maybe you should ask him about it. Maybe. Considering how our conversations usually played out, I didn't exactly long to talk to him. But, well, I might do it at home. The whole thing made me uneasy. I think I'll walk around for a bit. It was getting dark. I walked around aimlessly. In the distance, I suddenly saw a familiar figure sitting on the ground with her long legs folded beneath her. It was Vicky. Then, as I turned to walk her way, I saw someone else I knew. Dagger. Oh. I would go to Vicky. I went over to Vicky. Hi there. She smiled as I sat down next to her. I felt that seeing her was like a breath of fresh air. Oh, it always made me feel something. Oh, you're not dancing? I've been dancing for a while, but I got tired. She looked out into the distance. Maybe I shouldn't have come at all. Why not? I like that you're here. Because I'm so tired, and the last bus to the city is left. She sounded like a little child. Now we'll have to stay here until the buses start running again. Yeah, she shivered. Are you cold? She nodded. She seemed to need something. Oh, it's all awkward. Wait here, I'll get you a blanket. I went to find a blanket and brought it to her. Here you go. I put it around her shoulders, rubbing her back a little to warm her up. Thanks. Maybe if you dance a little more, you won't feel so tired. She nodded. I thought she looked sad. I saw her face, the long eyelashes, the soft lips. I imagined they taste of strawberry. It was almost as if she sensed what I was thinking. Do you want to hang out someday soon? I guess we could do that. Yeah, let's do that. She looked a lot happier. Maybe tomorrow if you're free? Yeah, I guess if I'm not too tired. You could come to my place. I looked at her and I immediately knew that if anyone was innocent, it was her. But I couldn't ask to take her blood. That wasn't a possibility. Let's go dance. I'm going to dance now. Do you want to come? No, I think I'll stay here for a little while. Okay. I went to the dancing area. The music was pumping and I danced for a while. I could still do that, apparently. I thought about how often I had gone to raves last summer. What had happened? At what point did I stop wanting to go out? I couldn't remember. After a while, the music got slower and I decided to stop dancing. I looked around. On the right-hand side of the DJ stand, I saw someone else I recognized sitting on a blanket. The shopkeeper. Or Teddy, as Dagger had told me the name was. Maybe I should go over and say hi. I headed towards Teddy. Hi! They looked at me, seemingly trying to place me. Oh, hi there. Do you remember me? I'm your best customer. Teddy laughed. Not sure about that, but at least not in monetary terms. But I guess money isn't everything. They shifted a little to show there was room for me. I sat down beside them. For being someone I didn't know at all, I felt strangely at home with them. I wanted to ask them things. I especially wondered how they and Dagger knew each other. You know Dagger, right? Teddy gave me a big smile. I do. Sort of. She comes into the store quite often. And we have been... They stopped, as if they needed to think about what they could tell me. Good lord, let them not have been together, I thought to myself. I didn't want to see Dagger in my mind with anyone. What were you gonna say? Well, we were like in the same group of sorts. I must have looked perplexed. It's something I can't really talk about, but it's like a study group in which we learn and practice some teachings and rituals. Rituals. Rites. But Dagger isn't part of that group anymore. Okay. This was getting interesting. She's invited me to some rituals. I see. She's also asked me to get a hold of things for upcoming rituals. Okay, like what? Can I trust this person? I didn't know. She wants me to get the blood of an innocent? Oh, wow. I had a hunch. I didn't know why. But somehow, despite the occult theme of their shop, this may be far-fetched, but when I see you, I get a sense. This might be an insult, maybe. But I sort of get an innocent vibe from you. You do? That's so cute. So I'm just going to be upfront and ask if you would like to donate some blood to me. Teddy smiled. I'm going to have to turn that down. It's not because of you, though. Okay. I could have done it if it was just for you. But this is going to be used in one of her rituals. I don't completely agree with her way of using magic. Oh, now what should I say? This was someone who obviously had a similar mindset to Dagger. I wanted to know more, but I had a feeling I should tread lightly. What's wrong with her ways? Teddy looked right at me. Do you know the purpose of the things you're doing with her? I shook my head. Not really. Teddy was quiet for a moment. Just be a little careful, will you? I felt uncomfortable. Even though I understood it was said out of consideration, their words made me strongly offended. Once again, I felt like I needed to defend Dagger, even if I didn't have a reason for it. I am. Teddy nodded. They looked at the people dancing. Cool. I sensed our conversation was over. I'm going to go look for my friends now. See ya! Now it had gotten so dark that you could only tell who was in front of the DJ stand. Otherwise, people were just black silhouettes. I wanted to see Ayana. I saw her sitting on a blanket, tired from dancing for hours. I went over to her. Do you want to take a walk? She nodded and stood up. We walked in silence for a while. I was thinking about what Mo had said about Devin. I want to show you something. I brought out the little pouch and opened it, showing Ayana its contents. I feel like the music is extremely loud right now, so we're going to turn it down just a bit. In fact, I think I might have accidentally turned it all the way off. Okay, there we go. I got this from Dagger. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I think it might be E. So you've got drugs? I thought you didn't do any. I don't. You can have it if you like. I'm having it if you're having it. That way we'll share the risk. And the experience. So that was an option. And to admit I was intrigued. I wondered what it was Dagger wanted me to experience. I'm not sure. I mean, I decided years ago not to take drugs. And it feels really weird to suddenly choose another path. On the other hand, of course, I'm curious to know what would happen if it could make me feel... Well, there are definitely other ways to feel if that's what you're after. You think? I'm sure. But if you're hesitant, I guess you could save it for later. Blah, blah, blah. I totally did not read that right. You never know if you'll find a use for it later on. She had a point. That way I didn't have to make a final decision. Okay, true. I might do that. I put the pouch back in my shoulder bag. Ayana looked at me and smiled. Cool. Now let's go dancing. We went to the dancing area and started moving. I didn't know how much time had passed, but I had been dancing for a long time. Then suddenly, Dagger was dancing right next to me. She looked almost transparent, as if shone through by a million beams of vivid light. uncountable strands weaving a pattern of otherworldly, shining brightness. Apparently, drugs weren't needed to experience something like that. Dagger's face was closed, her eyes too. It was as if she was looking into herself. Then she opened her eyes and looked straight into mine, smiling. She took my hand. It was warm, incomprehensibly warm. She held on to mine. I kept moving, closed my eyes. My feet kept going without me thinking about it, following the rhythm. Our heartbeats, everything else ceased to exist. All that remained were my feet magically moving and her hand connected to mine. We moved as if we were one single being, completely in sync, eternally connected. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching me play The Knife Sisters. If you like this game, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those YouTube things. As always, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel and you haven't already, go ahead and click on that picture of my big dumb head. Click on that bell icon if you'd like to be notified every time I post a brand new video, as well as on the right hand side of your screen there should be some random videos, things that YouTube thinks you'd like, and something that I put up there. I don't know what I did it in post, as well as a bunch of names in the middle of your screen. Those are the Twitter handles for my current patrons over on Patreon. They really do keep this channel running. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of those folks. So if you would like to go ahead and say thank you to them, go ahead and follow them over on Twitter, give them some likes, tell them they're awesome, because they truly are. If you'd like to become one of those names in the center of the screen, those are all of my patrons over on Patreon, I should say. At the time that I recorded this video, if you'd like to become one, go ahead and click in the lower left hand screen there. It says something about extra video content, bonus content, videos, things like that. Go ahead and click that to learn more about that. We're going to go ahead and get out of here though, so I'll see you all in the next one.